Let's take a trip back in time, but we're doing it fast forward. We're talking about a snappy 3-minute history of Oregon City, Oregon. Buckle up, because this timeline zips. Before any settlers, before any sawmills, this place was alive. For centuries, long before wagons rolled in, the mighty Willamette Falls was the heart of a vibrant world. Native American tribes like the Clackamas gathered here. It wasn't just a pretty spot, it was a bustling hub. Imagine a marketplace powered by the roar of the falls, where fish and furs were traded, stories were shared, and life thrived for generations. This was the original Oregon City, an ancient echo of community and commerce. Then the winds of change started blowing. In 1829, a new face arrives. Dr. John McLaughlin from the Hudson's Bay Company. He sees the raw power of the falls and thinks, I can use that. He claims the spot and gets to work, building Oregon's very first sawmill and grist mill. The thunder of falling water was now mixed with the sound of industry. The fur trade had its foothold, but it wasn't just about business. By 1840, a new group arrives with a different mission. Methodist missionaries show up, planting the seeds of a permanent settlement. This created a bit of tension, with the fur traders and the missionaries having very different ideas for the future. But those small camps by the falls were slowly, surely turning into a real town. And then things get official. In 1842, Oregon City scores a major title. It becomes the provisional capital of the entire Oregon country. Suddenly, this little spot is the nerve center, the buzzing headquarters for all the American pioneers dreaming of a new life in the Pacific Northwest. Just 2 years later, in 1844, Oregon City makes history again. It becomes the very first city to be incorporated west of the Rocky Mountains. Think about that. It's the gritty official gateway for every trapper, trader, and trailblazer heading west. And speaking of trailblazers, by the mid-1840s, Oregon City solidifies its most famous role. It becomes the triumphant terminus, the epic endpoint of the Oregon Trail. Imagine surviving that grueling 2,000-mile journey, seeing the falls and knowing you'd finally made it. For thousands of exhausted but hopeful emigrants, this was the end of the trail, the place where westward dreams finally touched the ground. But the story has one more wild twist. By 1849, the official U.S. Mint was miles and miles away. What's a booming frontier town to do for cash? Simple, make your own. For a short, wild period, Oregon City minted its own money, the legendary beaver coins. Made from local gold, these coins became the currency of the Oregon Territory. It was a bold move, proving that these pioneers weren't just here to follow the rules. They were here to make their own. From ancient hub to capital city, to a place that literally coined its own money, Oregon City's history is a true American adventure.